Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So if you haven't seen it yet, I recently did a live stream with Kelly Rosano herself over on her channel. If you want to see it, if you want to see the replay, please head over to her channel and check it out. If you've ever wondered about the links between the major arcana and the zodiac and the planets, where I get my associations from, how I draw them up, I'm doing a project at the moment, a big series with Heather from Astrology with Heather. She's an amazing astrologer. She's super kind and she's bloody brilliant when it comes to her knowledge. If you want to check that out, please head over to her channel so that you can see it, because we're going to be posting them alternately. So if you want to see the whole series, you're going to have to subscribe to her channel. With that said, let's check out your week ahead for your destiny card, my dear Scorpios. This week you get the Justice card, right? So justice is all about decisions and choices, but it's about the commitments that we make. In difference to, say, like whenever you see the Lovers card, this is about you making a choice, and justice has an element of that, but it's more about the commitment. You know, the Lovers would be where you make the decision, the Justice card is where you actually commit to it and sign on the dotted line. It's where you show up for something, or where you decide to move along that path. This is where you put pen to paper and say, yes, you know what, I'm going in for that. The Destiny card is the overarching energy or theme that's permeating your week. And this week, Scorpio, you are being asked to commit to something. Now, this is an interesting one, because when Scorpios commit to things, they are in hook, line and sinker 100%. But getting them to that point can sometimes be a challenge. And I think very often that's because you guys know that when you're in, you go in deep, right? You go in wholeheartedly, all like the whole hog. And I think as a protective mechanism, sometimes you guys kind of say to yourself, right, you know what, I'm going to hold back until I know. You know, I want to make sure that I know who you are and what you're actually about. That's cool. You know, self-preservation and all the rest of it. But your Justice card is basically saying that this week you may very well be faced with an ultimatum. Maybe this is a person, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it is a situation, maybe it's something to do with work. The ultimatum that you may very well be given is, are you in or are you out? Nobody can make that decision for you. That has to be all on you, right? But when you're presented with it, and it is like that, maybe this week, rather than, you know, because when you try to force a Scorpio to do anything, they'll just pick the opposite just for the sake of it. This could be a week, though, where somebody needs you to show up, where somebody needs you to be present, where somebody needs you to just be present. And if that is the case, consider where the ultimatum, especially if this is in regards to a relationship, if somebody gives you an ultimatum, think about the current era, the current time that we're in. If they're giving you that kind of ultimatum, there's obviously some sort of fear or whatever it is behind it. Look beyond the usual, right? This is a time for you now to say, okay, you know what, everyone's feeling what they're feeling. This person's obviously, you know, feeling whatever they're feeling, and I need to think about it. You know, this isn't a time for you to dismiss it just because somebody's trying to force your hand. This is a time for you to ask yourself, are you in or are you out? Your direction card, to flesh it out, okay, makes sense. You've got the Seven of Cups. So this for me always spells, pretty much always, it's about confusion, but it's also about spreading yourself too thin. And look at this right next to the Justice card. This is about you being asked this week. Not only are you being given an ultimatum, but you are being asked to streamline things, right? So if you are single and you've got several people that you're talking to, this could be the week where the one that kind of is leading the pack, or, you know, ahead of the race, this could be where they kind of say to you, you know what, I need more than what you're giving. And if you're not able to do so, then unfortunately, we're not going to continue down this path. Your Seven of Cups, whenever I see this, I always say to people, and it's because it's in your direction as well, right? This is your practical steps, what you can do to manifest the destiny energy. This is about streamlining it. If there are several people that you're talking to, it's time to get serious and hone in on the one that you actually think has potential. If this is about business projects or work projects, this is about asking yourself, which are the ones that I'm actually committed to? If this is about job prospects and there are several offers on the table, it's time for you to drill down, to simplify and say to yourself, what is it that really resonates with who I am? What is it that I actually feel like I would really stand up for? And go after that and really keep it that simple. This is a week to simplify things for you, my dear Scorpios. And then finally, your insight card. Your insight card has just jumped straight out, and it is the Ten of Swords. So something is coming to an end this week, right? Whenever you see the Ten of Swords, it's a completion, it's an ending. And very often this is, sometimes it can be quite a climactic sort of ending. As an insight card, this is kind of, if I'm honest, this is like so let's look at this as a real prediction, right? Your Ten of Swords is what's likely to happen if you ignore this and you try to continue down the same path that you're on. Now, because it is the Ten of Swords, and a lot of people tend to go, you can hear the collective, so okay, and we've had two cards jump out, and it is the Lovers and the King of Wands, right? So the Lovers, we talked about this choice. This is where you are making the choice, where you're weighing up the options and deciding what there is. For a lot of you, this whole motif really does speak about a relationship. And for some of you, this is about either going exclusive, or it's about you kind of saying, you know what, I'm ready to present us. Whether this is personal, professional, platonic, I'm ready to present us to the world. There's something now that needs to see the light of day. And when it comes to a connection or a relationship of some sort, that's what you're being asked to do. And the reason I say that is because of the cards that have come before. And, they fall on top of that Ten of Swords, which to me kind of says, if you're not in it, say so. If you are, say so. But you are going to have to make the choice this week. It looks like somebody's giving you an ultimatum. So with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. If it's not too personal, drop a comment. If it is too personal, drop me an email. Some people do, some people don't. It's completely up to you. But either way, I wish you an amazing week. Take care. I'll see you soon.